Hello, welcome back to a nighttime video. This time it's really night too, boy. It's even more night. It's 12:38 in the morning. And stayed over night at Holiday here after I did some editing yesterday, and then I did some more today, and got out there at about 8 o'clock or something like that this evening. Then started making dinner and stuff, and then I had a couple people come by and visit and stuff, and then I think I even squeezed in about a half-hour nap at one point. I still figured I better roll next door or something, so I'm not sitting here too long and come back tomorrow night or something. So, I've been really stressing out a little bit about my situation. You know, it's been going on for over a year now. I know I've been sounding like a repeating record, but it's on my mind, you know. God or go against what I feel he's telling me to do, but gosh, I'm just getting so impatient. You know, I've been doing this for over a year now, which I can't even hardly believe that. I can because of my faith in the Lord, you know. I mean, but here. I should be pretty level in the spot. Oh yeah, this is really good. This spot I do like a lot, just because when I pull in, I know about where to pull. I could go forward a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I'm at. But like left to right, I am like right on level. I mean, I'm right on exactly. And then my front to back, I am just barely nose up. I mean, very barely. It's almost right on the level. So, which if I'm off a little bit, I still sleep pretty good. At Holiday on the other side, I can get better internet signal on the other side of Holiday, and they got a good camera on that side of the building, so like it's more secure on that side. You know, like if I were to be inside editing or something like that from somebody breaking, because it's all on camera then. But it's such a steep incline. I've tried to sleep there before, and I've gotten a little sleep there a couple times, but it's too steep of a hill. It's a pretty dang steep incline. I can do it, but I gotta put all my pillows to one end of. Well, I don't make the couch into a bed that often. Every now and then I do. It's a jackknife couch, but I put all my pillows on one end to kind of angle it so I'm not laying with my head downhill or whatever, or something like that, but it's still, my body can feel the gravity, you know, I don't know, I just feel it. I can feel that it's off too much, you know. I don't even know, where's my gas gauge at here, yikers. Yeah, I'm under a quarter tank. Scary, I get nervous whenever that happens. Oh, I've been so disciplined about very rarely moving, but I've been having to move more because I don't want to create a scene, and we got a new guy in the lot over here that's unhooked his fifth wheel, and he's had it sitting there for almost a week now, and I don't know, I just hope he doesn't wreck it for other people. Because everybody's pretty good about moving around and, like, you know, only staying here. Well, the 3 or 4 vehicles over in the corner, they stay there pretty regularly. Nobody's bothered them yet. They're SUV vehicles and stuff, you know, a van, an SUV, and another van or something like that. A couple of SUVs, but, you know, and they even would bounce every couple days, you know, and go somewhere else for a night or two or something. But like me, they probably can't afford the gas, even though they're way better on gas for cars. During the day, 1 or 2 of the vehicles does go, so I think they might be working in the day or temps or something. I don't know. Everybody does a pretty good job bouncing, but the guy who got his fifth wheel in here, you know, and unhooked it and set it up on blocks and stuff, well, he made me nervous as soon as he did that, but I thought, well, you know, maybe he's just passing through or stopping, or maybe he was working for Walmart. And I guess he could be working for Walmart, doing something, or they just are at the tail end of their remodel or whatever. But I just hope it doesn't wreck it for other people, you know, because, you know, if that starts to happen where everybody just, like, sets up shop like that, they'll end up moving everybody out, you know, or something. And there's been some people that, in the beginning when I came here, there was people throwing garbage out in the parking lot and everything, and I had to kind of talk to a few people in the nicest way I could and say, hey, you know, come on, I went and picked up a bunch of garbage. Let's use our brains here, you know, let's think a little. You know, if everybody starts throwing garbage on their ground and stuff, ain't nobody gonna be staying here, you know. And before you should just be throwing your garbage on the ground, which I think is just very lazy. Holiday is right next door. You could pull in there, even if you can get gas to wash your windows or something. While you're washing windows, you can throw it in the garbage there in their cans by the pumps, or you could pull up by their dumpster probably and throw it in or something, you know, out of your car. And they even got garbage cans, I think, by the front of Walmart. You can even throw something. But I mean, just throwing it on the ground in the parking lot is silly. So hopefully it doesn't get wrecked by a few people that don't think ahead like that, you know. My friend Dave, who I met here, I worried about. He was here a couple months, but he was broke down. You know, he was broke down, and then he had mechanics coming to put parts in, and then he almost got out of here one time, but something wasn't right, and had caught a fire, and they had to tow him back in here, and he had to wait for his next check to get some more parts and stuff. But he was here a couple months, and I got to know him pretty good, or fairly good from just meeting somebody. And I should shut that off so I ain't burning wasting gas. The cold air felt kind of nice though, but it is cooling down. It's not as hot as it was the last few days. It was just miserable. It got up to 104 inside the camper a couple days ago. That was really, and then at night, you know, there's a couple nights where it was still like 90 in here, or 92 or something. It was hard to sleep. I'm lacking sleep right now because it's hard to sleep in those hot temperatures. Then we had all the wildfires in Canada and the boundary waters of northern Minnesota. The winds from the north blowing south brought a lot of that smoke down here. It got thick. Not thick like where they got it up there. I mean, the poor people up there. It's, losing houses, people dying probably, and super thick up there. But it was coming down here and getting knocking down visibility pretty dang good. Like, just looking at Walmart would have been pretty hazy looking, but I was over at the library then, and I busted out one of my air filters because I had ordered ahead of time. That's another story. It's kind of weird because I keep getting confirmations in different ways from God that I'm supposed to be doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I was telling one of my friends about it the other night when the smoke from the forest fires and stuff come down here. I'm not young anymore, so I'm overweight, so it was really hard on me when I went into the library the other day with the heat, the humidity, and the smoke. I was wondering if I was going to make it into the library. I thought I might keel over. It was pretty bad. And I was talking to God, saying, "Oh man, please help get me in there." And I didn't even go all the way into the library. Just as soon as I got in the door, I was going to turn left and sit on the first chair I could get to. And that's the first time I've had close times like that before too, but then I was pushing myself, hiking and going up and down big bluff sides and stuff. And this was just basically level ground. But I was carrying some weight. I was carrying about 30 to 50 pounds probably, for about maybe a block's distance or something like that. So under those circumstances, and with the super hot heat, high humidity, and the thick smoke, I can see why it was hard on me. And after the smoke cleared up, the next day I didn't have as hard a time getting in there. I could still feel it stressing on my body a little bit, but nothing like that. But anyway, back to those air filters and how God keeps confirming stuff. About, I don't know if it was like six years ago or something like that. So my mom was still alive. It was before COVID. And I ordered 2 of these HEPA filters that dual turbines, or dual fans, or whatever I call them, turbines, because the way they're designed, it's set up like a jet turbine with the round housing around it, so it's forced to go through that spot, not a bunch of big open square corners, or whatever. And then it's got blue light on the end of the turbines where the air's coming out after the HEPA filter, and the blue light frequency is for killing bacteria, viruses, and fungi spores and stuff, And I ordered 2 of them because I can't remember how many cubic feet per minute they do. They're not super high thrust like my Max Air fan, but I knew with it having any type of 22-foot or a little smaller camper, that 2 of them would be pretty good. And my mom asked me, she says, "What do you need those for?" or whatever. And I told her, I said, so in the future, if there's a big forest fire or something, I can, if the smoke's bad enough to where it's hard on breathing or that, I can, if I got the windows shut and stuff and I'm running them both in there, that will purify the air so it's easier on my breathing and stuff, so I got a better chance of surviving through something like that. And I might be missing some of it, but that's the gist of it, there's the main part of it. And so the other night when we had all that heavy thick smoke coming in from the big forest fires, I hadn't used them yet. When I got them, I'd opened them up when I got them and looked at them, and then since I've had them in the camper here, since I've been living in the camper for going on 4 years now, I did pull one out once and open it up and look at it again, but I didn't use it. But then because all the smoke, and because I was having a hard time breathing because of the smoke, the heat, and the humidity, even in the camper once I was trying to lay down, I pulled one out and got out of the box and plugged it in, got it running, and then I laid it on a little foldable end table I got in front of me and tilted it up so one end of it was aiming at me where the fan's blowing it out, so that way it's blowing out purified air. And yeah, it made it a lot easier for me to breathe. And I had the windows open still because it was so hot. If I would have had the windows shut, it would have purified the air better in here, but it would have meant the heat would have been hotter in here, and I went to cool down as much. And I wanted it to cool down so I could sleep, because I knew if it was too hot I wouldn't sleep. And then my other fans I had going, I strategically placed those to make the air rotate, so that what I was coming out of the air filter would be coming at me. And I sat there when I plugged it in and got it going, and I flashed back to, it was almost like I went back in time, and I could see, talking to my mom, I could see her smile or laughing and stuff, and it was really cool. And me telling her that when she said, "Well, what do you need 2 of those for? You know, why what are you ordering those for?" And then when I told her, and here it is 6 years later, and I'm using them for the very exact thing I told her. You know, it's weird, and stuff like that keeps happening. Stuff that it's like God had me preparing for everything that I'm going through now has all been coming into play. Stuff that I got way back then, you know, and stuff. It's just weird. I don't know. It ain't weird. You know, if you got faith in the Lord, it ain't weird to you at all. But I don't know. You know what I mean? I think it still just kind of surprises you sometimes. Sometimes the Lord just keeps amazing me over and over and over. So I thought I'd share that with you. But I think now that I'm over here, I think I'm gonna get laying down, because after shutting off that air, and it wasn't too bad in here when I drove over here because it's been so hot, and now it's probably about, I don't know, 74 degrees in here or something. And that's what I'm gonna guess, 74. But I ain't gonna go back and look at that thermometer thing right now. I'm just gonna give it a good guess, and I bet you I'm pretty accurate. Maybe I'll tell you in the next video. So, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. But now that I had the air going up here, which felt really nice having the cool air on me, once I shut it off, that 74 degree air from the back there is making it up here, and I'm feeling warm again. But once I get in front of one of the fans where I got a little fan blowing on me, I'll be okay. So, I hope you enjoyed being here. I hope you got something out of it. Yeah. Don't forget to talk to God, and I talk to Him every day. Talk to Him multiple times a day. And sometimes in a kidding way, I wonder if I talk to Him too much, if He ever gets sick of hearing me flapping my gums to Him. You know, but I don't even have to flap my gums to Him. Like, you know, if you just think to Him, that He knows what you're thinking. Heck, if somebody was a mute and couldn't talk, he'd still pray to God, and God knows what He's thinking. And even if somebody was deaf and God wanted to speak to him, He'll speak to them. They'll hear God. You know, if they're looking to hear from Him or that. I mean, we got free will, so if we don't want to hear from Him, well, I don't know. I can't say if He'd chase us down or not. I know He's go after, you know, those lost lambs, or however they say it in the Bible. But I said us lost lambs, not saying that I'm lost, but you know, just including all of us together, you know. Yeah. Talk to God. Tell him Darren says hi. If he gets enough people saying Darren says hi, he might be like, oh my goodness gracious, that kid just won't leave me alone. I don't think he'd do that. Maybe, but I don't know. And I'm 57 years old, and I'm saying, that kid. Well, God bless you. Thank you for being here. I hope you keep coming back. Hope you give me thumbs up and likes, or does the like, and all that good stuff. I don't know. I'm tired. I've been losing a lot of sleep in the last week with all this heat. I've only been getting a couple hours a night, maybe, or something, because it's been just miserable. But last night I got a little bit of sleep that was pretty decent once it cooled down, and it's going to cool down again tonight. I got both windows wide open, and it's supposed to get down to 68 or something like that, or something. So, but that won't get 68 in here even with the windows open, because my Max Air fan isn't working yet. I got to find the time to work on that. Now that it's getting cooler, hopefully I can get the work done on that when it's not so hot. But otherwise, it stays warm in here. If I don't, unless there's a good breeze going, and we don't have a good breeze. It's pretty still out there. And I'm not supposed to be saying goodbye here. So, God bless you. Once again, thank you for being here, and we'll see you on the next one.